Hello, everyone. Welcome in or welcome back to Blunt as of Tarot. I am Lindsay, and I am here to do a collective overcoming addiction spread for you guys. So if you are looking to overcome any addiction that you have in your life, any bad habit, any challenge that you may be facing, this card this message can give you some clarity and some guidance to overcome any addiction that you may be facing or any sort of blockage that you may be having in your life right now. Please keep in mind, y'all, this is a collective general reading. So only take what resonates with you, leave the rest for someone else who is watching. With that said, I do offer personal readings. If you would like to book with me, please reach out to bluntasftarot222@gmail.com. All the info is in the description box of the channel. You can also win a personal reading or a crystal. Please hashtag personal read, crystal, or both in the comments, as well as like, share, and subscribe. Please be sure you do have those notification bells on so that you know when my readings are posted, as well as when the winners are announced. I do go live on or around the first of every month to do so. All right, guys, let's find out what's going on with the collective. Thank you, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, for your messages. Please show the collective all they need to know to overcome this addiction. How do you remove any blockages that you're facing? Renewal, first card out. The way to remove blockages in your life, collective, is to accept where you're headed and to allow your faith to be renewed. Allow things in your life to be restored. I feel like you have opportunities for new beginnings to come in, and some of you may be in this place where you are resisting them. So your advice here is, in order to get these blockages out of your life, in order to overcome these blockages that you are facing, you must allow the healing to begin. You must allow the renewal to begin. You have to stop resisting change. Specifically, that is what it is a lot of you guys are resisting change in your lives right now. And renewal is the answer. Allow the renewal to begin. In order to remove and clear blockages, you have to allow the change to come through. What is holding you back, collective? We have forgiveness. Some of you guys are unwilling to forgive yourselves, maybe unwilling to forgive others, but that is what is holding you back. If you are still actively in an addiction, or some bad habit that you don't want to have, some negative mindset that you don't want to have, it is because you are refusing to forgive either yourself or someone else. If you have done something in your life that has caused you to be in this place of having resentment and holding grudges and not allowing yourself to be happy because of something that was done to you, or because of something that you did to someone else, it's time to understand and accept that those were very, very valuable lessons, collective. And that whoever the lessons were given by, or if it was you being taught the lesson, or if it was you teaching the lesson, it has to be accepted that it is what it is, pretty much. And, forgive and let go in order to move forward in life. Because that's what's holding you back. The fact that some of you are not allowing yourselves to forgive yourselves, most importantly. There's things that you regret and you wish they would have been differently. But wishing that it would have been different is not going to help now. What you have to do now, collective, is forgive yourself for not knowing any better, because you had to learn before you could know, right? What action steps do you need to take to reach your goals? Service. Being of service. Obviously, you serve yourself first. I don't want to give anybody the wrong impression. Make sure you are healthy. Make sure you are fed. Make sure you are drinking water. Make sure you are taking care of you first and foremost, and then be of service to others, because then your cup is full and you can give from a full cup, not an empty place. What action steps you need to take to reach your goals are understanding that you are here to be of service to help other people, but you're also here to make sure that you are taken care of. And that is first and foremost. That is the number one priority. Are you willing to change the way you've taught yourself to live? We got faith. I would say that that is a yes, collective. You are definitely willing to change the way that you taught yourself how to live. You have faith, but a lot of you are resisting the transformation. What do you need to know to live in a completely new way? Discovery. You're going through a transformation, obviously, right now, collective. If you are trying to overcome any obstacles, any addictions, whatever the case may be, whatever's going on in your life, it's going to be different for everyone. You're discovering parts of yourself. You're going through this resistance phase of your life, this transformation, this phase right now you're going through so that you can discover certain parts about yourself. And you need to know those things about yourself before you can live in this new way. Maybe you're realizing things about yourself that you just wish you would have never seen. But in order for you to be renewed, in order for you to live in a completely new way and to be focused on your goals, you have to discover certain things about yourself that maybe you didn't know before. That is the eye opener. That is the awareness that you're being given. It is actually a gift. So if you're feeling like finding out things about yourself is dragging you down, or if you're feeling like, it puts you in a low place, understand that it is for your best and highest good, even if it makes you feel a little uncomfortable in the moment. How does this addiction affect your emotions and your actions? Complacency, absolutely, collective. When you are actively in this addiction, you do not move. You're complacent. You're happy with where you're at, which is fine to be happy with where you're at, but it's like you're accepting where you're at. You're not really, or you're settling. That's what I'm looking for, because accepting where you're at is good, but settling for something less than you deserve, that is complacency. And that's where you stay when you are in this addiction. When you are actively in your addiction, you become stagnant. You become stale. You don't want to learn anything new. You don't want to do anything new. You just want to sit at home on the couch and just do nothing, not learn a new thing, not see a new thing, not talk to a person. Like, I understand being in hermit mode. I do. But what I'm not understanding here, collective, is excuse me. I shouldn't say I'm not understanding it. But what I feel like you need to understand is that when you are in this addiction, there's no forward movement in your life. You are unable to progress. You are unable to allow transformation to occur because you're complacent. You're settling. You don't want anything bigger or better. And if you want to overcome your addiction, you obviously have to want something different, bigger, better. Because overcoming an addiction is a huge transformation. All right, what about renewal? Why is this the blockages for the collective? Bear with me, y'all. I feel like, maybe my deck is upside down. Yeah. Okay, got it. For those of you that like to know the decks I use, this is the Chakra Wisdom Oracle deck that I just used. This one here, the tarot that I am using today, is the Last Unicorn Tarot. If you guys have not checked out that movie, it's a cartoon, y'all, but it has a really powerful message in it. And for those of you that are struggling with addiction, I feel like it would be a very good message to hear for sure. All right, we got the Three of Cups in the reverse, y'all. Clarifying renewal. How do you remove these blockages? Stop resisting your transformation. Celebrate your transformation. Because right now what you're doing is resisting it. Three of Cups in the reverse can talk about gossip as well. So you may be in an energy of being very gossipy. about your own information. Stop saying all of your news to everybody. Stop sharing all of your information with everybody. About your personal life is what I'm talking about, collective. And those blockages will be removed, will be overcame. Because a lot of the time you are not protecting your energetic field by expressing all of your thoughts and feelings outwardly. It is okay to talk to people. I'm not saying to keep it all in. That is not what I'm saying at all. But I feel like a lot of you guys are gossiping with people that you shouldn't be trusting. And that is keeping you in this resistance energy because those people don't want to see the best for you. It's all energy, y'all. It is all energy. What about forgiveness? Why is this what's holding the collective back? The devil, Capricorn energy. Some of you guys are resisting your transformation because you don't feel like you deserve it. And it's because there is a negative thought in your head surrounding what it is that you deserve. But that has to be released. That devil energy there, it has to be released. Some of you are being very stubborn when it comes to forgiving yourself. How do you know any different if no one taught you? And that's the thing here. You have to realize that you were never taught what it is that you're forgiving yourself for or forgiving someone else for, like that you hurt. You know, you were never taught the right thing. So how can you be so hard on yourself? Wow, more bull energy. King of Wands, y'all. Clarifying that service card. King of Wands is Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy. What action steps you need to take to reach your goals are be in charge. Be the leader that you know that you can be. Be that first in your own life. And then that energy just exudes itself wherever you go. Be of service to yourself, and that energy will follow to the people around you in your life that you are meant to be of service to. Here we have the 6 of Coins that flipped out as well. Clarifying faith. Are you willing to change the way you taught yourself to live? Yes, you are. And you have to remember, reciprocity is the key. Equal, give and take. Some of you may be in this energy of, you know, learning how to find balance. Because a lot of you, when you were actively in your addiction, you could have done a lot of things that were very selfish. You were in a very survival type of mode, just taking, and not even being appreciative of what was being given to you. Not even seeing it as a gift. And I feel like now you are starting to see that these things are a gift in your life. These challenges that you are overcoming, these things that you are seeing about yourself, discovering about yourself. The fact that you've been through the trenches, that you've been to hell and back, that you've dealt with a lot of devil energies. You know, you've been through a lot of shit. Maybe you've done a lot of things that you're not so proud of. But you're starting to see that in a different perspective. I'm seeing the Pisces card, Hanged Man. You are definitely willing to change the way that you've taught yourself to live because you have a faith now that you never had before. What about the Discovery card? Why is this here as how to live in a completely new way? The King of Pentacles. Wow, lots of kings on the table. King of Wands, King of Pentacles. Not only are you being guided to be the leader in your own life, be strong and courageous, you have what it takes. You've got the stability as well. Spirit is trying to ground you right now. into believing in yourself and discovering these parts about yourself so that you can move forward and overcome this, whatever this is, because it's going to be different for everybody. Yes, fairness and balance coming into your life, peace and harmony. What about complacency? Why is this how the collective's actions and emotions are affected by their addiction? The Lover's card. It definitely affects the choices that you make, and your choices elevate your experience in life. If you want to go to different places, if you want to seek higher ways of living, being complacent, being fine with where you're at, not really happy, just being okay with it is not going to allow you to see those higher places. And the Lover's card is about making a choice towards what is divinely meant for you or towards the temptation. And constantly choosing the temptation of being comfortable it's kind of a smoke screen that is put up. It's like, I don't know, gaslighting yourself into thinking that you cannot see bigger and better things, or that you're not meant for bigger and better things, that you are fine with where you're at. But you have to make the choices that elevate your experience, not the choices that keep you right where you are. And that is how you do not allow that addiction to affect your emotions and your actions. You make the better choice. When you are presented with the choice to hold on to the old life, hey, would you like to come out and have a drink and go party with me, and you haven't drank in, 2 or 3 months, and someone invites you and that's the addiction you're trying to work on? Saying no is the higher choice. Saying no is choosing the divine way towards higher elevation. So it's like you have a choice. The choices that you make determine where you go in life. And that is that. All right, y'all. Love you guys very much. I hope this reading helped. I'll see you on the next one.